Greetings to you from my studio hermitage here on Wrexham Beach. Today you have a very unique opportunity to continue to be a part of the showing of the collection of the Cloud of Unknowing. Now, the Paul Pratt show officially closed with the start of this month, but I'm continuing the auction style that the show started with. The remainder of what's here is what did not actually make it to the Paul Pratt because the space just was not big enough to hold all of this artwork. So this weekend, I am offering these pieces at auction style. So let's just go over how this is going to happen. Starting this evening, this will be aired this evening, it's Friday. This video will be up for the entire weekend for your perusing, and then it will be put down Sunday at midnight when the bidding process closes. So over the weekend, at your leisure, you have the opportunity to bid on the pieces I'm presenting you, or you can go right to my website and secure them outright, guarantee that you're going to get the piece. Just go to the website itself, find the piece of interest, and purchase it outright, and then it's guaranteed yours. So again, two ways to purchase the pieces that I'm going to show you here in this auction. You can go to my website, buy them outright, and secure and guarantee your piece of interest, or you can email me your bid. Give me an offer on your piece. That is info@matthiasstudios.com. And then what I'll do over the course of the weekend, I'll just give you continual updates on your piece of interest until the auction closes. By Monday morning, you'll receive word whether your bid was actually accepted or not. Please note that the prices on the website do not reflect what you're bidding on. Just give me an offer on the piece, and then we'll go from there. If you buy the piece outright to guarantee the piece of interest, shipping is included on those prices on the website. If you're bidding on a piece, shipping is not included. That'll be tacked onto your piece, plus tax will be tacked onto your piece over and above your bid price. Just be aware of that. So with that said, let's start showing you the pieces. This is the first piece. This is Sky Mini. This is, out of all my work, and I don't know why, but I love this piece. I hope this piece can find a great home. Sky Mini is on the website. It's a tiny piece, as you can see. It's a couple inches in width, a couple inches in width and length. It is ready to hang. If you wanted to hang this on your wall, I think it would be a hard piece to hang unless you were grouping it with a bunch of other work. But you could hang it if you want. It does come with this stand so that you can just set it. Or if you wanted to, it does freely stand also. So you got three ways to display the piece. This block, which I think I found on the beach, I think it combos and it gives this piece, it's a nice little pedestal. This block is not on the website, but if you buy the piece outright, email me if you're interested in the block. And if you want to bid on this piece, I would negotiate the block also because I just think it fits so well. So again, you can buy that outright on the website, guarantee a place for this piece in your home, or email me at info@matthiasstudios.com. Now the next piece we have, let me put on my reader here, that would be helpful. We have Sky number 15. Sky number 15, great little piece, measures 13 by 8, mounted on driftwood. A lot of history in that piece. I found it from the first storm in October, that first major nor'easter. So that's how this piece was given birth. Sky number 15. Now, this is sky number 16, and during my process of creating the Cloud of Unknowing, I started building my own custom floater frames. And I just have fallen in love with hand leafing these frames. So this is a diptych on canvas mounted on a hand leafed copper leaf floater frame. And I love mounting these pieces on floater frames because it just lets the piece speak for itself. No big frame surrounding it. Kind of pops off your wall, but the hand leafed floater frame kind of gives the piece a little, I don't know, a little sophistication, lack of better terminology. So that's sky number 16. Moving on to another piece of driftwood. This is sky number 20. It measures 18 by 7, ready to hang, mounted on driftwood, and technically this would be considered a triptych. So it's nice, it's just a nice little panoramic of what's going on here, what I'm seeing every day on the ocean. Not many clouds out there today, but especially during the warmer months, the clouds are really striking. So that is sky number 20. Moving on to a smaller piece, but it's kind of unique. I don't know if you can hear that. This is sky number 56, measures 7 by 5, mounted on a hand copper leaf floater frame. Little interesting history on this piece. You can see that behind the canvas. I accidentally, when I was gluing the floater frame down, I put this lid in here thinking, oh, the wood could rest on that lid. Completely not figuring out that I'll never get that lid out of there again because it's all glued in. It's a little interesting tidbit on that piece. Maybe you'll find that a little interesting. Great thing about the floater frame pieces, forgot to mention, you don't have to hang them. You can sit them like on a bookcase or a bed stand. I think that gives these pieces a lot of flexibility. You got two different ways to hang that, display that piece itself. So moving on to another really cool piece of driftwood, another triptych. This is sky number 58. Measures 29 inches by 8 inches. It's ready to hang. You can secure that immediately. Guarantee this piece by outright buying it on my website, or email me your bid of interest. Just give me a fair offer. info@matthiasstudios.com. That is sky number 58. Nice panoramic view. Now here's an interesting piece. This is not a piece of driftwood, but this is actually reclaimed wood from a construction site. And another interesting difference in this piece in regards to maybe the others is it is actually a frame. I cut a hole into the piece of wood and laid the canvas into the wood, but there is a lift. I didn't want it to be flush with the wood, so it gives it a little dimension. This is sky number 60, measuring 17 inches by 11 inches. And it's not a seascape, but rather a landscape with a nice dramatic cloud formation. I love the tonal quality, the burnt umber with the tone, with the stain of this wood. I think it looks great. A lot of information, a lot of character on the frame itself. Sky number 60. Now we're coming up on actually one of my more favorite pieces. Simply because there has to be a lot of history in this driftwood. So much character in the driftwood itself. It's thin. It's not a super thick. It's probably the thinnest driftwood piece I've done. I just love this landscape, semi-abstract landscape. I cleaned up the wood. It was really pounded up from the storm. I think this is one of the pieces I got in October after that nor'easter. sanded it down, a lot of work in sanding, and then I just put almost a poly stain. I stained it, but it was a fairly light stain. So you see a lot of the texture, a lot of the grain work in the piece itself. This is sky number 175, measuring 18 inches by 8 inches, ready to hang. Needs a loving home. Give me a fair bet on that one. Another piece coming up here, a little unusual because of the dimensions of the piece, but I fell in love with this piece of driftwood. As you can tell, I have something with driftwood. I just love driftwood. I kept it fairly natural. I just cleaned it up, sanded it down really nice, and I just put a polyurethane on it. I just love the coloring in the wood. I think it matches. It just kind of, it's an extension of the triptych, of the seascape triptych itself. It's canvas, it's a triptych mounted on driftwood. Nice, clear, clean. I could see this in like a modern loft. This is sky number 185, and it measures 30 inches by 5 inches. Pretty cool piece. Another unique piece coming up. I mean, they're all kind of unique because they're mounted on this driftwood. This is a very, very substantial piece of wood. It's heavy. This is sky number 198, measuring 19 inches by 17 inches. Nice landscape, cloudy day. Lot of information on this wood. You know, it's beat up. God only knows how old this piece of wood is. And unlike some of the other pieces, this is an inlay. So what I do is I carve into the wood to give the diptych itself some character. Kind of pops out of the wood, the way it's laid, and then there's kind of like a slight frame around it. Thick piece, you can see how thick that is. Ready to hang, put in your home. This is sky number 198. Let's give that a great home. Give it a historical home. Another substantial piece, very substantial. You can see how thick it is. This is a reclaimed wood from a construction site, probably fairly old. A lot of nice information on here. Again, it's an inlay. Love the tonal qualities with the stain and my burnt umbers that I put on all of my canvases. This is sky number 200. It measures 23 inches by 9 inches. Heavy piece. It's weighty, but I love the character of these reclaimed wood pieces. Now, these two pieces that I'm going to present to you, I really think they're great companion pieces, but they are listed separately on my website. This is sky number 225, measures 17 inches by 7 inches, and this is sky number 226. Again, they're both listed separately on my website. But if you think you would want to hang these together, I would highly recommend it. You can place a bid and just bid on both of them, 225, 226, 225, 226, and have them hanging together somewhere in a room. I just think they make a nice couple. Nice seascape. I love the quality, the tonal quality of the wood. A lot of character on this driftwood. Took a lot of work to sand these down. So again, 226, 225, you'll find them separately on my website, but please do make a bid on both of them. I think they're a great combo together. Okay, we're going to wrap up here. We're wrapping up the skies here. This is another really cool smaller piece, sky number 321, 8 inches by 6 inches, mounted on a hand copper leaf floater frame. Love the look of that piece. And the last one in our Sky series, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. There's two different series in the Cloud of Unknowing. This is really, let me drink my tea concoction here, my jasmine tea. Green tea and jasmine tea is a great combo. Anyways, I almost don't want to sell that like this. I almost don't want to sell that. I love that piece. I don't know what it is about this This is Sky 332, measuring 12 inches by 4 inches. Now, unlike my other pieces, this is hand gold leafing on the floater frame versus copper. Most of my work is in copper. I just wanted to see what it was going to look like. I think the copper goes really well with my burnt umber edges. I always keep my canvas edges. Most of them are kept burnt umber. Sometimes you have a little blue leaking into it. It looks really cool on some of the larger works. But I wanted to try the gold, and I think the gold looks as good as the copper itself. So that's Sky number 332. I almost don't want to let go of it, but if you think you can give that a great home, please secure it outright on my website or offer me a fair bid. info@matthiasstudios.com. So we're going to move on to a different series now. Still a part of the Cloud of Unknowing collection. But I moved into just doing clouds. The Sky series involves a horizon line. They all involve some sort of horizon line, whether it's a landscape or a seascape. I don't know. I've been painting horizon lines my whole life. And something shifted while having this opportunity to be here at the Hermitage Studio, which I'm so grateful for. But something shifted, and I just started painting clouds. So we're moving into the next series, and there's more clouds on the website that I'm going to show you here. This is cloud number 2, so kind of a historical piece. It was one of the first clouds that I painted. This is canvas board versus a stretched canvas. It's mounted on my hand gold leafed floater frames. And I think this gold looks really great when it's comboed up with that blue. It's canvas board, so I decided to give it a thicker frame versus, you don't have the stretcher of the canvas to give it the thickness. So the floater frame itself is a little more thicker, pops off the wall nicely. I think it's just a nice, sophisticated cloud. I think more so than some of my other ones. Some of my other clouds almost have a graphic quality, graphic abstract. And this is more, I don't know, more of a painterly, old school style. But I love it nonetheless. Now we have this piece that's coming up here. This is a very historical piece for me. This is a groundbreaking piece for me. And I'm going to be doing a lot more of these. So this is the first of its kind. This is cloud number 32. It's a diptych. They're separated. They're not connected. It's a diptych. Each one is 12 inches by 12 inches. When you're hanging these, I suggest that you hang them about an inch and a half apart. Now, obviously, it's a cloud formation. You can see that. The difference is, first of all, the coloring of the piece. It's really getting into the dead of winter here on the eastern seaboard. We've got a nice, beautiful day out there, nice blue skies. Much different than what the blue skies are in the summertime. Most of these pieces reflect warmer months. The blues are different. My trademark, still doing blue. It's just different. These it's dead of winter. Like tomorrow, it might look like this tomorrow. That's how it is living here on the shoreline. You turn on the light switch, it's beautiful out. Next day, really gray, bleak. So this is kind of capturing more of a typical December, January, eastern seaboard day. Obviously a cloud formation. However, not necessarily. I think these pieces look great any way you want to hang them. And the hanging system with these pieces will allow you to hang them however you want to hang them. It goes to a cloud formation to just being pure abstract artwork at this point. And so this is kind of a seminal work for me. I'm going to be producing a lot more of these pieces in the near future. This one you can guarantee it by just going to my website, buying it outright, or you can offer me a fair bid at info@matthiasstudios.com. Love this piece mounted on Again, hand-leaf copper floater frames. I just love this piece. I'm excited. I'm excited to do more of these. Actually, I have one in the works currently. Now, the last one of the Cloud series. Unlike most of my work, it is formally framed with a leafed gold leaf finish, wood frame, gold leaf finishing. I don't do a lot of formal framings, but I just wanted to. I like this, the gold with the blue. There's just something about the gold with the blue, and I love that cloud formation. I love the Cillian, the burnt umber with the Cillian skies and how it works with the gold frame. That is available on my website, ready to hang. You can secure it outright, or you can offer me, just give me a fair bid on it. That's number 89, and that measures 17 inches by 17 inches. You'll find information on the website about it. Well, that is it for this show. I know it was quick, but I didn't want to bore you too much. But there's one more piece I do want to talk to you about, and that is this piece right here, the bigger piece in the background. I sold the sister piece 2 weeks ago, and now this one is left. The original is not on my website. You can buy prints of it and detailed, like close-ups of the boats on my website in the print and frame section. Those are all prints. But the original is here in the studio, and I just decided, hey, if somebody wants to make an offer on that, please do, and we'll work something out. The canvas itself is 5 feet by 4 feet. The stretcher frame is like 2 inches, at least maybe 2.5 inches, pretty thick. It's a substantial piece, but I want to give it a good home. So if you're interested in that piece, it's outside of the Cloud of Unknowing, I know, but I'm like, let's give that a good home. So give me a fair offer on that piece. We'll work it out. info@matthiasstudios.com. Anything that you're interested in here, anything that you will see the entire collection and more pieces on the Cloud of Unknowing collection. Bidding closes on Sunday by midnight. The bidding will close. So you'll wake up the next morning on Monday and you'll see if you have secured your piece. Keep in mind, you will be receiving notices all weekend. So if you want to up your bid, you can. I'll just be emailing you all weekend long, and I'll let you know where your bids fall. And please do, let's find a nice home for this little guy. My favorite. I think it's a great piece. I'm going to try to make more of these too. Well, until then, I'm wearing my One Tree Planted hat. Every piece that I sell goes to a great organization that plants trees. So every piece I sell, I also plant a tree. And also, I don't talk about this much, but I do donate. I just deal with 2 charities now, a One Tree Planted, and I do donate to the UN Fund. And wow, the work they have cut out for themselves at this particular moment in history. So along with planting trees, we'll be helping our friends over there in the Ukraine. And let's pray for peace for them and contribute to the UN. I know how little amount that is for me, but hey, every drop in the bucket works and helps, especially in times of great need. So until next week, I'll probably be giving you a studio update. Good luck with your bidding, and I'll keep in touch with you over the weekend.